Want to learn Italian but struggle to find time? Well, after learning Italian as an adult, I discovered 4 cheat codes that speed up the learning process. So in this video, I'll share what they are so you can still learn Italian even on the busiest days. Pronti? Iniziamo! Now first, I'm going to share my favorite cheat code. Now one of the biggest problems that slows down learners is trying to learn and memorize thousands of words. But there is a shortcut. Did you know that 60% of Italian words are almost identical in English? And all you need are a few simple patterns that transform these English words into Italian in just a couple of seconds. Now these are called cognates. Here's an example. English words ending in T-I-O-N become Z or Z-I-O-N-E in Italian. So words like nation become nazione. Communication becomes comunicazione. We also have English words that end in A-R-Y become A-R-I-O in Italian, such as vocabulary becomes vocabolario. Salary becomes salario. Now these are just a few examples, but there are plenty more that you can use. So cheat code number 1 is don't start learning words from scratch, use patterns. Now to get you started, I've put together a free PDF cheat sheet with 17 of these patterns and rules that you can use. And honestly, once you see them, learning Italian feels like magic. So to get your free copy, just click on the link in the description below this video. Next, I'm going to show you why most courses and apps actually waste your time and what to do instead. Now here's something that language schools and apps never tell you. They're not designed for you, they're designed for everyone. So you end up learning vocabulary for jobs that you don't have, nationalities that never come up in conversation, and words for random categories that feel completely disconnected from your actual life. Duolingo is the same. Building up a streak is useless if all you can say is, the cat is in the oven. And when your time is limited, that generic study is the most expensive thing that you can do. So shortcut or cheat code number 2 is prioritize learning the top 20% of Italian that you actually need in 80% of real-world situations. Now this is the core of my 80-20 method and how I personally learn languages and teach Italian. Personalizing your curriculum means only learning what you'll actually use. That includes verbs, tenses, and vocabulary. Okay, let's move on. Next, I'm going to show you exactly how to remember everything you do learn so you don't waste time constantly relearning things. Now imagine by some miracle that you have 2 hours spare. You sit down, open your Italian textbook and study for 2 hours straight. You feel productive, like you're making progress, and then life gets busy again and you stop studying for a few days or even a few weeks. And when you do return to your textbook, you realize that you've forgotten almost everything from the last time that you sat down. Now this isn't a time or an age problem, it's a memory problem, and there's a name for it. It's called the forgetting curve. Now the moment you learn something new, your brain starts forgetting it almost immediately. Now within 24 hours, you've already forgotten roughly half of it. Within a week, most of it is gone. This is simply how our memory works at any age and why cramming doesn't work and you constantly feel like you're having to start from scratch. So cheat code number 3 is stop thinking about how long you study. Start thinking about how often you can study. Every time you expose yourself to Italian, even briefly, even for a few minutes, you reset that forgetting curve. And you remember what you've learned for a little bit longer. You hold on to it. Now, if you keep coming back at regular intervals, it moves from your short-term memory into your long-term memory. And this is where fluency is built. Now, the good news is that you don't need to find extra time. You just need to use the time that you already have, the so-called dead time. Now, these are moments throughout your day where you can easily slip in some Italian. For example, if you're walking around shopping, you can listen to an Italian podcast or some Italian music. If you're cooking dinner, you can practice using the frameworks that I'll share in cheat code number 4 coming right up. While you're having your morning coffee, talk out loud and annotate what you're going to be doing for that day. If you're commuting by public transport, you can review your Italian notes or watch a YouTube lesson. If you're waiting in the queue, you can look around and describe what you see. Now, the key here is to remember that it's not about how much time you spend learning, it's about how often that you reset that forgetting curve. Are you enjoying this lesson? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which includes all these tips in one handy guide plus 2 bonus cheat codes. And to get your free copy, just click on the link in the description below this video. Next, I'm going to show you how Italians quickly build sentences with simple frameworks so you can reduce the amount of time that you need studying grammar and only learn what you actually need. Now, a lot of learners think that speaking Italian requires forming completely unique sentences every time. But think about how you speak in English. You constantly use ready-made phrases and you just swap out one word here or there. For example, we say things like, I have to work, I have to go, I have to call my sister. Now, Italian works exactly the same way. So shortcut number 4 is learn reusable, ready-made frameworks and practice swapping out just one element at a time. Now, this is the 80-20 method applied again. That is, learn the top 20% of grammar that you need to unlock 80% of real conversation. Now, there are plenty of frameworks that you can use, and here are just 3 to get you started. Mi piace plus a noun or the infinitive verb. You can use this to say things like I like plus a thing or an activity. For example,
Mi piace il vino.
I like wine.
Mi piace camminare.
I like walking. The next framework is vorrei plus a noun or a full infinitive verb to say things like I would like plus a thing or an activity. For example,
Vorrei un caffè.
I'd like a coffee.
Vorrei prenotare un tavolo.
I'd like to book a table. And the third framework you can use is devo plus an infinitive verb to say things like I have to plus the action or the verb of what you need to do. For example,
Devo andare.
I have to go.
Devo lavorare.
I have to work. Now, fluency is about learning reusable frameworks, not building sentences from scratch every time. Now, the best part is that now you can use the 3 patterns that we saw in shortcut 1 with these frameworks. And you can say things like,
Devo calcolare il salario.
I have to calculate the salary. Now, even though you now have these 4 cheat codes, none of it matters if you don't actually remember what you learn. So watch this video here where I'll show you exactly how to remember and absorb any Italian word like a sponge.